You record?
Yeah.
Okay, hello YouTube. This is Glenda again, coming back with another tutorial. This time I'm doing a tutorial on box braids. What I do is I take like a nice section of hair and I take like a third of it, divide it, turn 2 strands into 3. That way I get an even braid while I'm doing it. You don't want to do the 2 strands and then take the hair all at once, because then that way you get a messed up braid. The braid would tend to slip if you do something like that. It doesn't have the same effect as you can see from this braid to the braid that I've already done. Totally different, and this will easily slip out of her hair. So what you will want to do, like I said, is have the 3 strands like this, and you want to take a piece of the hair at the top, and you want to braid as if you're doing like a French braid, but you're not gonna do a French braid because you want your client to be able to pull her braids up into a ponytail and not worry about pulling and tearing of the hair. And I braid like this until I get like almost all of her hair is braided in. Then I switch over and I start braiding like this. I continue that all the way down to the end. Before I started my client's braids, I clipped her ends and I put a moisturizing conditioner on her hair. That way it protects her hair while her hair is in braids. And while you have the braids in your hair, you can still oil your hair, you can shampoo your hair. Just treat it like it's your own. You have to take care of your hair while they're in protective states like this. When I get it down towards the end of the braid, excuse me, I take this small section, wrap around, tie it off. And the products that I used on her hair before I did it, I used this and her hair. Eco Style gel to help with like flyaways, to pretty much smooth out her natural hair. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. So those are great products for natural hair that's going to protect the styles. Okay, I'm gonna do another one.
Curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all.
And when you do the braids, you want to make sure that the ends are like fringed. I do it this way, it's easier for me. I don't just take the entire pack and do it, I do it individually. Everybody has their own way of doing it, but this works for me. And it may seem like I do it a lot, but I try to get every strand. Not every strand, but most of it, so that when I do the braid, she doesn't have that blunt end that is so tacky, very tacky. I've seen people with the blunt ends and they need rubber bands to hold it together. You should not have to use rubber bands to keep your box braids in your head, to keep them from unraveling. So you can see, more natural. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before.
Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all.
You see, it looks like I'm doing a French braid.
And you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts.
And the kind of hair that I use expressions hair. I'll show you guys the package once I'm done with this braid. The hair that I use. And this is like the best hair to use when you get in box braids. It comes in all colors, so you spontaneous ladies that like the pink, the purple, the red. Definitely expressions hair is like the best braided hair that I've used so far.
Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all.
Same hair I use when I do my Senegalese twist.
And you give me all of you. I give you all.
The hair has like the
Of
little,
me.
you just clip that off.
And you give me all
It's not your client's hair.
of you.
It's the hair that sticks out from you, giving it the more natural look. Take a little piece. Braid it. You can tie it once or you can tie it twice. Depending on the braid, I tie it once or I tie it twice. I could have just braided this one once. To the end of this braid here. And if I did mention before, the reason why I tie at the end is to seal the ends. I don't burn this hair. This hair is it's fire resistant, so you can't burn this. You can kind of melt it a little bit, but it doesn't hold as well as if you tie it in a knot. Water seals it even further. So this is the back of her hair. This is gonna get like clipped off. Okay. Completely done with her hair. It actually took me 6 hours to complete this. And right now I'm just going through some of her braids and just clipping some of the scragglies off, like the hair, like the loose ends from me fringing the hair, like I said before. Now I want to show you guys the hair that I use. Show you guys like what I do, because right now, as you can see, her braids are like really stiff. No movement to them. Don't want to move them too much because it's pretty tight. So now you guys are gonna watch me see how I pretty much seal the hair and put a little movement to it. Cause like I say, because how tightly I braid the hair all the way down to the end, which makes it like really, really stiff. That means your braids are gonna last longer. So as you see, I have a towel down here. I have a towel here, so that I can use to get excess water off of her hair. Okay. And you just gonna take the hair, put it in the water. You don't want to submerge the entire braid, just to a certain point. And don't forget this water is pretty hot, so you want to use a really thick towel. And make sure you don't burn your client with the water, okay? And remember, the steam is hot too, guys. See the steam coming off? I don't want it to touch her because the steam can burn too, guys. Steam hurts. Not just hot water, steam does too. My client knows. We're gonna do the other side the same way we did that. Squeeze out any excess water. And I say use a thick towel, because if the water is hot, it's really steamy, you will burn yourself if you use a thin towel. scraper I had to put a shine on her braids and to moisturize her scalp as well. This also help a little bit with the tightness of the braids. Not a whole lot of help, but okay.
Hey, yo, no, we ain't stopping this.
But okay.
Okay, now.